party people.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Yay. How's everybody doing?
All of my alerts are going off. Julie is live.
Oh. For what?
I had no idea.
What? You don't say.
It is a complete surprise.
We're here.
We're here.
New Year's Eve.
2/3 of us are queer.
Happy New Year to everyone that's an hour or more, or 2 hours or more ahead of us.
That. Let's see who all is here. Stacy was here, said she was gonna be here, and then she was like, "No, good night."
Just kidding.
Hi, Kelly and Jennifer and Maria. Thanks for spending your New Year's Eve with us. Hello, Alice. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Why was it so echoey?
I might be loud.
It's just coming off justice.
Gotcha. Happy New Year's Eve. It's 2024 already there in the Philippines. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Is it less echoey now?
Yes.
I turned you down.
Happy New Year. Thanks. Happy New Year. Let us know what you're going to be working on tonight. Are you going to be reading? Are you going to be writing? Are you going to be... I've heard you're not supposed to clean on the first day of the new year. So you got a couple hours to clean if you need to do that before the new year. If you're in the right time zone.
Clean on the first day of the new year?
Apparently not.
We've been getting TikToks about it. They're saying that it cleanses away all your prosperity for the year. I don't know.
You're not supposed to clean. You're supposed to leave dishes. You're supposed to leave everything for one day. Not do it.
Okay. The one day before I go back to work is the only day I clean. So,
yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure there are years that I did not clean and wasn't very prosperous anyway. So I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I have lots to do. So,
I think to begin, I'm going to finish my gummy bear. I'm working on crocheting a giant gummy bear. I think I'm going to finish that up. It shouldn't take me more than one sprint at all, so that I can get back into writing for the new year.
Yes. And I shall just be writing. I was hoping to be a little further ahead on the book. I think I'm right around 80. Depending.
How close are you to the actual end of the book?
4 or 5 chapters.
Okay.
So
close.
I think I'm gonna finish reading this book. Small Town Girl, which is kind of like a true crime novel, but really it's like a true crime mixed with a memoir. This lady, Donna, she lived in the UK. She had a boyfriend named Carlo who she lived with for 2 years. And then he one day was just like, I'm out, and he left and he dipped. And then 10 years later, a group of her friends came to her and was like, we think Carlo was undercover police detective. And it revolves around this whole story where there was a bunch of different police detectives who were starting relationships with women who were in different activist groups. Some of them even having children with these women and then just up and leaving. And so this is her story of what happened and then how the case went to court and all that. So I'm going to be reading this. I'm going to be working on some planner stuff. My goal is to finish as many of my ongoing projects as I have during these sprints, because that to me is that means next year I'll finish things.
Yeah.
Not any specific thing, but just finishing things in general. So that's my goal. It's just finish as much shit as I can.
Sounds like a plan. And this is something that we've done for the last couple of years, at least with Jess. But then I think even before that, I was doing
I think this is our fourth year.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe.
a third with Jess, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But as a part of that, because you need to go on. So just intentionally trying to go into the new year doing things that are important to you and that you want to make more time for. So that's what we're going to do.
I feel like the first year we did it was very like what was the word I'm looking for? Spontaneous.
Okay.
Like we just decided to do it.
Yeah.
Like at the last minute.
Yeah. It's definitely been like a planned thing since then. So
Yeah.
that checks out. Maria only has 2 goals for next year. That's fine. Realistic goal setting is amazing. I'd never heard of not cleaning either. So I'm going to organize my bookshelves and then start putting together information for a space horror that I'm going to try writing. Very cool.
Interested.
I will be reading for the last 2 hours for TBR. I plan to read 22 books next year and only keep and do diamond paintings that I want to do. It's a fantastic goal. I'm going to read and get ready for bed. That's fair. I'm reading Beowulf and Nevermore Bookstore. Interesting. I'm reading an old outline for a project that I want to start working on again. That sounds like a fantastic way to go into the new year. Get yourself all ready to roll. Hello, JC. Welcome.
I like that Abby's photo has confetti raining down, so like she's already partying.
Already just deep into the party zone.
Already party.
Yeah. Reading and writing more would be great. I didn't read as much as I normally read this year, but I didn't not read. I don't know. I don't think it was like my best writing year. What was it? Oh, actually, it might be. Considering all the novellas and the novels, it might be. But
also last year, we each had a word that we wanted to go through.
We did.
Into the new year. Do any of us remember a word, and how did it work out for you?
I don't remember my word at all.
You don't remember your word?
No.
Do you remember yours, Amber?
I believe mine was completion. I wanted to complete and like finish things.
Yeah.
And I did get better. Like I got to a place where I actually did finish our first draft, which was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm working on finishing the subsequent drafts, but I think I did okay. Like things took a turn last year that I was not expecting. So
I did a little bit of this.
Yeah.
my life, and we were talking about it earlier. The life I had during our New Year's sprints last year is more. No, there's no way it could be more different than the life I have now.
No, I don't think any of us thought that we would be. At least the two of us did not think that we would be where we are right now this time last year. So
my shit's the same, but it was the year before for me. So
yeah.
My word last year was progress, and it was supposed to be like building up habits. And I don't think I had the right foundation for that. Because I definitely didn't do better. I mean, I did better with habits, but not like I didn't take it as well as far as I wanted to. So my word for this year is time, and to make better use of my time. Using time in more meaningful ways. So we'll see. The book I want to read, because I always like read a book. My first book of the year is always a nonfiction that I want to put towards the year. And last year I read Atomic Habits. Do I think it helped? I probably should read it again. But there's a book called Make Time that I want to be my first read of 2024.
That's a really cool that's a cool thing to do. I'm mad at myself for not remembering my word, but I'm
gonna go find it.
Okay, you find it for me. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't forget mine. It's like, giant in the front of my planner, wherever my planner's at.
Yeah. I'm sure I have it written down somewhere, but who knows where. I'm finishing up scheduling my social media for the month and setting up the rest of what I need to do in my planners and notebooks. Sounds good. I remember you doing that. I also have to finish the book that I'm reading before the new year, but I only have about 15 pages left, so I should be able to finish that. Yes, you should. Hello, Christian. Happy New Year. I'll be working on a 30 by 40 centimeter diamond painting during this morning. It's fantastic. Hello, hello. How are you?
I also have to go in the back way of Goodreads to update the last 3 books that I read because they don't have an update bar on the homepage
I heard
right
you
now.
say that earlier.
Ridiculous.
The benefit of not using Goodreads is it doesn't affect me. But we're going to try to stay relatively on track so that we can have a break to count down the new year EST. And then that's what we typically do. So we do our sprints, come back, do a little countdown, and then do another sprint in the new year for us in this time zone. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan.
Ready when you are, Betty Spaghetti.
So we're going to start the first 45-minute sprint, and then we'll see how time allows when we get back from that and we're done chatting and everything. See what we can fit in before we have to take a break and count down and celebrate some New Year. Sound good to everybody?
Yep.
Fantastic.
All right. Good luck, everyone. She's back.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
You had your headphones in?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, "Oh, that's the timer." I was like, "Mine did. I heard nothing." How did everybody do?
I got all the pieces. I was just trying to find like where they should go. I haven't actually sewn them on yet.
Very good.
Oh, we got a Jess, and then Jess, there she is again. Nope, she's
Nope.
on the internet.
Nope.
Uh-oh. I think she's having some technical difficulties, people.
Is she or is she fucking around? Yeah.
The second one.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully nobody's epileptic because they are definitely having a seizure right now.
They'll be fine.
How we do? Amber looked up my my word of the year and it was clarity. So,
I also apparently
Pretty good.
completion was the word that all year I thought I had. I changed it during the sprint because it sounded too much like orgasm to achievement.
Mm.
You thought completion sounded too much like orgasm?
Yeah, because you were like, Amber's word of the year is orgasm.
Huh.
Sounds like a Jess thing. Sounds like something you would say.
I must have been watching or reading something in that time frame that like used that word as like a meaning of the thing. Because at this moment in time, those two things do not connect. Yeah.
Mine was clarity. I wanted to make more concise and clear decisions for myself. I wanted to have more clarity when it came to my decision making, which I think I made some pretty big decisions this year. So I think that checks out. Let's see how everybody did. And then we're going to keep this one short so that we can jump into another 45 and then come back in time for midnight. So we're not going to talk too long this particular breakity break. Kat decided she's an interior decorator and tried to push a flower pot around the apartment, but it's empty, which is good. And I'm working on my fantasy work in progress and then doing some reading, plus throw a tarot card in for midnight-ish. Very good. 333 words. What a nice number. 318 words is amazing. And I'm at 1 hour till midnight. Same. Jess is playing peekaboo. Hello. Managed to clean my kitchen during that sprint. That sounds fantastic. Did everything I need to do before bed, so now I can just read a bit and then go to sleep. Sounds great. A little diamond painting. Got some labels ready for my cat coaster diamond painting. Love that for you. I got 1,716 words, and I am just shy of 80K. So I should be able to hit 80K before the next sprint.
I did a couple of planner things and read 40 pages.
Nice.
I should be able
to finish. How many pages are left in that one? How many pages do you have left in that one?
About another 40.
Okay. You think I'll be able to finish before the new year so that you don't carry it over?
I think whether I finish it by midnight or not, it's not being carried over. So
there you go.
I'm definitely going to try to finish it in the next sprint, though. I just got to like you just got to the juicy part. There's 40 pages left. Shit's happening.
All things. I finished A Study in Drowning today, and I have not started another new one. So
I didn't know you finished it. That's nice.
I did.
Did you like it?
No.
I knew you were like middling about it earlier today. So
no, I remain middling. I was not impressed, but it could have been a mood I was in.
It's also YA, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
It's university students. So
I thought it was YA based off of the cover. So like,
yeah, no, they're adults. I don't know if it's marketed more YA. Like it's not like raunchy. So like, I suppose it could be, but it's university students. It just was not. That's okay. Oh. What'd you find?
I take the temperature because I feel all of a sudden feverish.
You feeling some kind of way?
Not.
No. That's normal.
You're having a hot
Oh,
flash.
my cheek is hot though.
You're having a hot flash. Did you have your hands on your cheeks?
No.
Mm.
This one cheek is super hot. Just this one cheek.
I don't know.
This cheek is not. This cheek is hot.
It's the worst. Which is why I just got blood work done.
My ear is hot, apparently.
Which
I'm flush. I feel very flush.
yeah.
Amber's having a hot flash.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for my doctor. I can look at my lab results, but like I'm not a doctor, so I don't read them that well. So I'm still waiting for my doctor to call and be like, welcome to hot flash heaven. I'm like, I'm not having fun. My current work read will be my first read of next year. There you go. All right, friends, we're going to jump back into another sprint so that we can get out in time to chit chat and count down the new year. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
I'm
Great.
ready.
You want to reset that timer?
Yep.
And then we'll be back
boy.
and we can have an East Coast New Year. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. Do you have a choice? No, you do not. See, JC said, yep, let's do it. All right, friends. Good luck in this sprint. We will see you right before the new year.
Good luck, everybody. We are back.
Hello, friends.
I also am changing what I'm sharing.
Okay, yeah. I think we had a couple people come that last sprint, but we finished with just enough time to chitty chat before the new year here on the East Coast. What? You all right?
No, I was invaded by the devil. I'm really not okay. I'm really not okay. I finished this book and I'm so viscerally angry that I don't think I'm okay.
Oh. Whoops.
Mm,
Sorry.
Men are shite.
Well, we knew that. We knew that.
The government is also shite.
We also knew that.
And
Pretty short.
also the police are shite.
Again.
You're telling us things we already knew.
Listen, I didn't learn anything new, but I learned enough things that I already knew that reminded me of the things that I knew that made me angry. Okay?
It's fair.
Literally one of the last things you read, because this lady meets all of the other women like who also were having cases against the police for basically they're saying like invading their bedrooms, which these men were having full-on relationships with these. So there was literally a woman who was in a relationship with a guy for 9 years. 9 years with a man who was married and had children. She did not know because he was pretending to be someone else. He was undercover. 9 years. He vanished. He was a missing person, which no one was finding him because it was the wrong name. He was an undercover name. He was missing for like a year and a half. He came back and was like, just kidding. I just had like this mental breakdown and I needed some time away. He got her pregnant and then became so abusive that she had to run away to a woman's home to get away from him. This was an undercover police officer.
Cool.
Like,
no, thank you.
They're talking about like the activist groups that these men were infiltrating. They were actually going in and convincing the guys to do like the guys who were part of the activist groups because they were just using the women to get to the other men in the activist groups. They were using the women to get to the men that they were friends with because the women weren't actually like they were activists as far as like they were vegetarian or like they were like pro people having rights to things. That's it. Like they weren't like, blowing places up, starting fires, all of that shit. But these police officers were going in, making friends with the men, and then planning arsons and bombings, etc. All of this. I'm like,
good times. No, thank you.
That's one way to end the year, man.
Yes.
What did you do?
I did words. Less words. I got about 900 words that particular sprint. How about you? What'd you do this last sprint, Amber?
Yeah, Amber.
Was worried that I wasn't having a hot flash, so I took a COVID test, and I definitely have COVID.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
I was like, of course you do. Oh no.
Like I had done the swabs, did the droppers, set my timer, and within a minute that test line came up.
Like
and
strong.
It just continued to get darker and darker and darker. And I was like, oh, Julie.
She was like, oh no. She was like, it was immediate. I was like, that's intense. It's black.
Which means I've had it for a couple of days now.
Where have you been?
To Julie's family's house.
She came to Christmas. That's the only thing I can think of. I took a test as well. I do not have it, so I don't really know. But she sure did. Yeah. Kate is sneaking in for the last 20 minutes of sprints. Chloe has Happy New Year. Good New Year, everyone. It's F4, so I'm off. Good New Year. Oh, hello. Happy New Year. Dude, only her. Papa, did you say hi? Wish you all blessed 2024. Thank
Who
you
else
so much.
is going into the new year with COVID?
Listen, listen. The universe is trying to get all of the bad shit out in 2023. Okay, it's just trying to get it all over with at the last minute.
Yeah. It's not fresh. Like you're in it, so like you're peaking. You're only gonna get better from here. Traveling for another week and it's too early, so can't read right now.
It's not even funny, but I can't.
Hello.
So
It's not.
I'm
14 and incorporated all the edits and revisions for my old version of the chapter. Joys of writing on a phone for a week. Oh no. Jess might need a hug. She's real mad. Jealous something we don't know. Fell down the YouTube rabbit hole. About what? Finished everything that was on my list. Need to finish by tomorrow. Woohoo! That's awesome. Oh no. 5 minutes.
Yeah, I have a timer going, or a live thing going.
Yeah. We can put it up.
I'm saying I have a live one up, but it's just a picture of a crowd in a street corner, like
a clown.
A crowd.
Oh, a crowd. I thought you said it's just a clown in a corner, and I was like, absolutely not. We're not doing that one.
I wonder if he has COVID.
I mean, I was like, I feel okay adjacent. I could take one, but like, I don't.
I think this
dude's making out on ABC. Like,
get it.
I was not expecting that.
Friends.
It was kind of hot.
Yeah.
I have fireworks outside.
There's a lot of fireworks. Can you see them?
No.
Happy New Year! Thanks for hanging out with us for New Year. This is the first year since doing this that we don't have to wait a whole other hour for Amber to have New Year.
It's true.
She's just here in the correct time zone. Which is
here
awesome.
in our time zone. The only time zone that matters.
Yeah. The ball is off.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh,
I didn't mean to do that either.
Why are you pushing rogue buttons?
I'm trying to get things back the way they were.
You can see some. The Ace of Earth at midnight. I'm gonna probably do one in the next sprint. I'll probably pull some, but I have not yet.
I need to do my
Happy New Year to you.
Year spread.
There's a significant amount of fireworks.
Which last year I'm not
feeling I did that same spread that you did. I ended up doing for myself. Maybe I'll do that in the next sprint.
The year ahead in tarot.
Yeah.
I filmed it last year, and I'm not going to film it this year. I'm definitely using a different deck of cards.
I feel like I never went back and looked at it though to see like at the end of each month like how it played out, or like I didn't actually actively use it.
I looked at mine, but it was very much not accurate at any point of the year. But I think it's because I used the Hocus Pocus deck. So,
yeah. I definitely have ones at different times that have resonated, that have worked better for me, So I feel like I've really honed in on a deck that works well for me. So
I don't know which one I'm going to use, but I might use the Macabre Tarot since it's the newest one.
Get it.
Okay, which one is this? I like to just like open them up and figure out which one they are. This is my cheater set, I think.
Nothing wrong with a cheater.
It's the one that has the meanings on it.
Yeah.
My cheater deck, or starter deck, if you will. There's nothing wrong with using one with that was my first deck. Was the one that had meanings on it.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Which one's this? I think this.
Does anybody have any reading or writing goals that they want to share for the year before we get into another sprint?
I would just like to read again soon. And then I want to finish this book and get it out to my editor in time for August.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can ask a really fun question. How many books did you read last year?
Moi?
Both of you.
Oh, everybody, or like the chat.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea. I don't keep track anymore.
I read 76.
Well, Amber, do you think you read like 20 or like 50 or 100? Because you said you want to read.
I would say I was in the 20-ish to 30 range.
Okay.
If I had to guess, but I really honestly have no idea. I didn't keep any track of it anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't rate anything, but I do mark them finished on StoryGraph on like a private account just when I'm done. So I do know what I read for the year. And I think with the one that I finished today, I think I'm at 76 or 77. So, which is plenty for me. I had 230 some years. I had, a ton, but like I really did focus a lot more on myself and mental health and writing this year. So next year, I want to just read what feels fun to me. I want to let myself mood read. And in terms of writing, by the time spring comes around, I want to be done the draft I'm working on, a book. I want to be done this draft that I'm working on. I want to be done another book. And then I want to get back to editing the 5 contemporary romances that I'll have drafted at that point. So that's my goals for next year.
With
I need to
this
finish
book,
2 books and edit 5.
With this book that I finished 10 minutes before midnight, I'm at 152.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm not. My goal for next year is 104. My goal is always 104.
Mm-hmm.
2 books a week.
That's 2 books a week, right?
Yeah, 2 books a week.
Yeah.
104.
Mm-hmm.
If I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, once I get to the beginning of December, I just lower the number on Goodreads, and no one has to know.
No one knows.
Or everyone knows, whichever. It doesn't really matter. And I don't think I have any writing goals other than just to do it more often. I wrote 55,000 words in 2023, which for me isn't terrible. So
It's good.
Next year, let's double that.
It is. It is already. It's 6 minutes after into the new year. So yes. Yeah, you could.
I want to do the same thing. I want to double the amount that I wrote this year or last year, I guess now.
Totally start a booktube channel. That's exciting. Good luck.
do it.
It's a good goal. You should.
Booktube is fun.
It is.
I made another.
So close.
Oh, open sesame. I made another word count tracker for 250,000 words.
Okay.
Never gonna get there, but
Why
these things always fall off. Worthless pieces of shit.
Totally get there. I am not going to have a Goodreads goal for 2024 so that I can just feel more relaxed in reading. I think that's a fantastic goal.
Yeah, it does. It is. Even though I wouldn't say that I've read more books since I've stopped like rating and keeping track of them. I have picked books that I wanted to read just because I wanted to read them and enjoyed the process of reading them without worrying if I'm hitting some goal or something else. It has helped me because I'm not good with big goals like that.
Yeah.
I definitely, like, if I get to March and I look at Goodreads and it's like, you're 15 books behind schedule, I'm just going to go ahead and lower it. Like, that's the kind of person I am. Like, I set a goal, but it's more just so that I can see, like, if I know I want to read about 2 books a week, which is doable for me, like, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to read 2 books a week, but life happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the thing on Goodreads that tells me where I'm at, like how far ahead or behind I am. And then I just adjust my number accordingly to whatever it says.
Yeah.
It's just like a starting point for Goodreads to be like, yo, you're 15 books ahead, or yo, you're 15 books behind.
Yeah. I I don't know. I'm doing a series right now on BookTube where I'm looking back at my unhauls and seeing if I regret any of the books that I'm getting rid of or I have already gotten rid of. And going back and listening to myself from like 2016, 2017, talking about books. And I'm like, I bought this because I wanted to be able to talk about it because everybody was talking about it. Like I was reading books just because they had just come out and everybody was reading them and I wanted to be able to talk about them. I wanted to be able to say that I had read it. And I'm like, I have been so much happier with the things that I am reading without reading them, which is more of like an author choice than a reader choice. Like I didn't hate reading books, but I never had a very solid system. And I just don't think as an author that's something I want to be doing. But letting myself just mood read. Like I used to have TBRs and then I would stick to it. I would have to read my TBR.
I've never done that.
I couldn't do that anymore.
You were always, like when you were in the height of your booktube, you were very good about hitting your TBRs. You read everything that was on your TBR.
Like if it's on my TBR at my wrap up at the end of the month, I had read it.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of girl.
I didn't let myself deviate. I didn't let myself DNF.
You didn't let yourself mood read.
No. I would let myself, for the most part, maybe like mood pick TBRs, but really I was reading whatever I thought was going to give me views or whatever people were going to want to see my thoughts on, or trying to fit different challenges for, reading challenges that I was doing. And that's just not where I'm at anymore. So
I have been I did the the
all around the world one.
Yeah, but I can't think of what it's called. My brain has left. Wow. The Amazing Readathon. There we go. I was like, what is the name of the TV show? I'll get there. And that one was pretty strict as far as like what I was reading and when, because that was like the whole point of the readathon. And then the one we did last month, the Get a Clue readathon, was similar and like being very like strategic about what you were picking. I guess I should say in November because now it's January. But like I couldn't do more than 2 of those a year. Like I can spend a month or 2 doing something very restrictive, but then the next month I'm doing whatever I want. And like that's what I did in December. I had like 2 weeks that I didn't read anything, where I was just like, I'm good. Like I don't.
Your titties.
I'm always like, are we sure that's not gunfire?
That's not gunfire.
I know it's not gunfire, but I always lived in neighborhoods that I'm like, it could be gunfire.
It probably is, yeah. I mean, we're not in the middle of nowhere where it could potentially be, but it's not.
How would you feel about a deck of cards that has a nightmare of crystals?
Not favorably?
Maybe I shouldn't use this deck. I think I'll just use the regular Rider-Waite deck.
Yeah.
And then I'll use this one throughout the year and see. I haven't used this one yet.
Yeah, don't start with one that works for you.
But a Massacre of Bones, though. Like,
good lord. It is fun. Well, friends, as a part of our Begin As You Mean to Go On,
you want to do a 30?
We're gonna do another sprint. We can. What do you want to do?
Are you sleepy, Amber?
I just want to make sure I know how you guys are feeling.
Does Amber want to go to bed because she's got COVID?
No. Probs not.
Ooh.
Let us know in the comments. Would you like to do a 45 or a 30? What is that?
A Haunting of Daggers. Does that not look like the guy that's at the end of your bed when you have sleep paralysis? Is that not your sleep paralysis demon?
Kind of is.
It kind of is. Look at where his eyes are. Man, whoever designed this deck 100% has a sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah.
100%.
My sleep paralysis demon is not nice. It's not nice. Well, let's see. Thank you for the nightmares tonight, Jess. That's not okay.
The Lovers is just a two-headed person.
I mean, okay. Sure.
I love this stuff. It
Um,
makes me so happy.
I don't know that I'm going to keep writing. I might do my tarot. I'm at 2,556 for the night, so I'm not too horribly off. If nobody has any preferences, we could probably do a 30.
Up to you,
6
Jess.
hours
I'm done
sprint.
for either.
6 hours. 6 hours of sprinting.
6
How
hours
much
sprint.
more do we have to get done, and how tired are you? Because you are the early to bed lady. So what do you think?
Oh, I slept until 2:30 yesterday in the afternoon,
Cool.
so I'm good.
Lily wasn't far behind you. She was at like 12:30 yesterday.
Yeah, I was yesterday. Today was 11:30. I've been
I'm
doing real good with my sleeps.
I'm down for whatever the group is down for. Honestly, I
Yeah.
had a nap earlier, so I'm not tired, but also, I mean,
It's fine. Kelly's the only
We can-
person who voted, and she said 30. So
there you go. 30 it is.
we can do a 30.
Kelly's the winner.
Yeah. Normally I'm like, if we're gonna start, we're gonna begin as we mean to go on, we're gonna go hard, we're gonna do a 45. But it's like, we're not proving anything to anybody. It's okay. It's all good.
Maybe the answer is to be kind to ourselves.
And there you have it.
And right now, kindness dictates a 30.
A 30. We can do a 30, and then we'll have a quick chat. And then we will let you go to enjoy the beginning of your 2024.
Even if it's just sleeping.
Even if it's just sleeping, which it should include sleeping, quite frankly.
Sleep's
All right.
good.
Let's jump into the 30 and see what we can get done, friends.
Good luck, everyone.
Amber, the timer.
Okay.
Is back.
We are back. I was writing. Figure out where I am.
Sorry about that. I was sewing this bear, and I must have hit the button that tells it to like share this tab instead.
It was playing for a long time because I was sitting here waiting for one of you to realize, and no one did.
No.
and either is way too far past my bedtime and I am completely slap happy, or it has been far too long since I have laughed because I literally laughed so hard that my ribs hurt.
I don't keep our like tab open. Like I usually just kind of tuck it away and open up Scrivener and have that be larger so I don't get distracted by like anything that might be going on.
That's fair.
So I would have never caught it ever.
No. And I was not paying attention. I was doing the stupid sewing.
Not stupid.
It's not
No,
stupid.
sewing is stupid. Sewing is very stupid.
You're crocheting.
That's the only part of the
No, I'm
crocheting I could
sewing.
do.
I'm literally sewing the legs on. I'll crochet all day, but I hate this part.
How'd everybody do?
I enjoyed friends. Julie might have to make this one private so that she doesn't get copyright strike.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Probs will.
You can just cut that part out.
Yeah.
I successfully forgot that we were live.
Hmm.
And because I was like watching a YouTube video while I was shuffling my deck of cards and was like, what was I just doing? I've completely lost all train of thought. And then I was like, oh, you're live. What time is it? How much time is left? Yeah, but I was shuffling my deck of cards to do my tarot and was watching my old video to remind myself what the things mean.
Yeah.
And then I watched Mars's video because she did one earlier this week. She pulled 11 swords out of the 25 cards.
My goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I went back and found mine from last year and looked at like the month by month breakdown and like the overalls, given all of the wild life changes that happened for me. I was like,
eerily accurate.
I wonder how this plays out. Insanely accurate. I was like, oh, okay. But I don't have it in me to do that giant pull right now. So I did a smaller one.
I'm gonna do mine when we're no longer live.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously don't have the space to do like the big layout, but I could at least, 1 through 25 pull the cards. So.
Yeah. Yes, you sure can.
Back when I was still doing a daily tarot pull, I looked back. I looked back a long time ago. I haven't looked back recently. But the month that my mom died, I pulled a lot of swords. Like a lot of swords. Almost every day was swords.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of repeats right around that time.
Yeah, I did. I was like, why am I getting so many repeats?
Mm-hmm.
Then my mom died. Oh, okay. It was trying to tell me something.
Got it. Yeah. What in the world? I was like, what happened? I had my music on. I was like, what is this in the background commentary happening? Why does it sound like Friends? I couldn't hear anything.
I honestly didn't know that it was Friends, but that's the only thing that I know that actor from, so I assumed.
Oh, because I can't hear her because it's in her headphones, but you could like hear the whole show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we weren't just watching it; we could hear it.
Cool.
These are not done yet, but I have 2 feet.
Dim's cute.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something that you're never gonna be able to unsee.
Like boobs for right now.
It looks like boobs. Yeah.
Top 2 look like boobs. Yep.
Yeah. It's because they're floppy for right now.
Yeah. Once it's like all together, it looks more like a gummy bear.
Yeah. Got ready for sleep. you spoke of earlier when I finished the YouTube video I was watching. Made 3 TikToks. Just really needed a laugh.
Mhm.
Sorry to hear.
Thank
It
you.
was a
It
great-
was in March. It was a long time ago, but it took
Yeah.
me solid 6 months before I ever even commented on it on here.
Yeah.
Listen, we all had a wild about 13, 14 months between the three of
Yeah.
us. So it was a time.
Sure did. Sure was.
We all dealt with like health related caregiver stuff all at the same time. And that was for long stretches of time.
Yeah.
We've bonded over our familial trauma.
We have.
Yeah.
It's hard to find people that understand that unless they've been in it. And we just all happen to be doing it at the same time, which is
Crazy.
unfortunate that we all had to, but nice that we had somebody to lean on, which is nice.
To be like, you will not believe what happened today.
You guys, how many times were we on just like writing or talking or something, and my grandmother was just going like off the wall, and you're like, what is happening? I was like, that's my life. I don't know.
I would have to mute because I was laughing so hard. And like, it's not even funny. It's just like the absurdity of some of the things that would happen. Like,
Yeah.
you can't do anything but, I mean, I do that with my own life. Like, there's nothing you can do but laugh because, I mean, what else are you going to do? Cry and curl up in a ball and shut down? No, you can't because you're the responsible adult in the situation. So just laugh about it and move on.
Yeah.
I've cried a lot before, like the last year and a half before. I cried a lot.
For somebody who's not a crier, but I was very glad to see you crying after your mom passed, because I was like, I know in the past when like things got really rough.
Yeah,
You didn't.
Yeah, it's weird. My depression and stuff usually leans more toward numbness and not feeling. And it took me so long to come out of that. I was like, I can't let myself. I have to just feel it. I can't not feel it.
Yeah.
So.
But it's been healthy. Not always fun, but healthier.
Yeah, I think that I've honestly finally gotten to a place where I'm not just randomly crying for no reason in the middle of the night, waking up and crying. Like it happens very rarely now, which is nice.
I still love screaming, but that's been my whole lifetime. So, you know. No sleep paralysis demons, though. I don't get those. I just regular waking up, crying and screaming.
No, luckily I've never had sleep paralysis. I'm knock on wood, fortunate of that.
It's horrific. I've had a lot less of it since getting here. I think it's only happened like once, and it was during like a sofa nap, which it happens more when I'm like napping or not in like my normal sleep area. But it's something that is caused by like a lot of stress and anxiety, and I haven't had as much of that here, so it hasn't been as much of an issue. But I was having it pretty frequently before, and it's not a fun time.
I never had sleep paralysis, but I would wake up in the middle of a panic attack.
Yeah.
Like when you're asleep and your body is like the most relaxed it's ever going to be, mom would be like, you know what would be fun right now? Panic attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you wake up and you're like, what is happening?
It was a shit show for most people. Laugh to keep from crying, or laugh until you cry.
No, what's funny is I don't think I've ever had an actual panic attack. But my response to any kind of like crisis situation is to freak out first and then to figure it out. And I have to have people like that understand that, like, give me 10 minutes, let me freak out, don't try to help me. And then once I'm done freaking out, my brain will kick in and I'll figure it out, and then I'll ask for your help if I need your help. But like my brother never got that when I was roommates with him, because I would start to freak out and he's trying to fix it. And I'm like, no, just shut up.
I don't need you to fix anything. Shut up and let me freak out.
Let me freak out for a minute. I'll figure it out. Just let me freak out first. I need that.
I don't have that. I compartmentalize, like, bad news, crisis, anything's happening. I immediately just, like, everything shuts down. I deal with everything that needs to be dealt with. And then 6 months later, I'll have a random panic attack or just, like, break down crying because I thought of it.
Yep.
Well, my brain goes into this weird, like, you know, what is it called? The thoughts, either crazy thoughts.
Your intrusive thoughts?
Intrusive thoughts kick in. And, like, for instance, there was one time my mom came over to my apartment, and they had a really strict policy about parking, and she was, you know, handicapped and couldn't walk very far, so she parked pretty close. And then we went shopping, and while we were gone, they towed her car. And so when I got back, my immediate impulsive thoughts went to, oh my God, she can't afford to get her car out of the thing. She's not going to be able to get to Dallas, and she's going to get sick and she's going to die because I left her car in this parking spot instead of just moving it. And so, like, within a split second, I've killed my mother. That's just what has happened. and I need to freak out about that for a second before I stop and say, like, because it was like a weekend. I was like, I don't even know who to call. I don't know who the tow company is. I don't know what to do. You know, and
I mean, that's fair.
I finally figured it out. Got the car out. It was fine. Everything was fine. I lost $300, which sucks, but everything was fine.
But everything's okay.
I definitely have intrusive thoughts, but it's more of like I just say the thing that's like the worst thing that could happen, and then it can't happen because I thought it would happen. I reverse psychologize myself in the universe.
Wow. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah, my intrusive thoughts are usually something happening that's out of my control. So I'm very passive in the intrusive thought. So I'm like, what if I'm, you know, going over this, you know, bridge and somebody hits me from behind and throws my car off of it, and then I go careening over this thing and I'm flipping, the car bursts on fire. That's my intrusive thought.
Oh, yeah,
Some people have active intrusive thoughts where they think, like, what if I was to do this? What if I was to push you? What if I was to jump? I don't have active ones. I have very passive ones, which
she's like, what if somebody trips
sucks.
And falls and pushes me off the edge of this cliff? And I'm like, I can't get close to the edge of the cliff because my brain goes, you should jump. You should probably just do it. You know, like, mine is very active. Like, I take actions. Like, what would happen if I just, like, just turned my wheel and just, like, went off the side of the bridge? Amber's like, yeah, I don't think like that. I do the, like, what if that truck blows a tire and then crashes into me and then I go over? And I was like, oh yeah, no, that's not how I think.
I have both of those. I have both.
Yeah.
I have the, what if someone trips and falls into me and I fall off this cliff? But also, I wonder what would happen to me if I jumped off this cliff.
Yeah.
I have both of those.
I don't ever have the passive ones. I have friends that have both. Amber usually is passive, and I am strictly, I'm in it.
I want to know, I want to know how much pressure, or is it possible, how much pressure does it take to push on the human body with a blunt spoon to cut the skin?
I don't know, but I do know it only takes 5 pounds of pressure to rip off a human ear.
See, mine are, when we went to Top of the Rock and it has 20-foot plexiglass, my thought was a gust of wind is going to come through and it's going to lift me up and throw me over just throw me over the glass, and I'm going to plummet to my death.
I was like, Amber, that was never going to happen. You're okay.
And I'm like, or somebody's going to pick me up over their head and toss me over. Julie's like, no offense, but you're not tossable. Like, it's fine.
With complete respect, no gust of wind is that strong.
With complete respect, there's no wind that's going to pick you up and toss you over 20 feet of plexi.
Logically, I understand that. But when I'm standing there at the top of the building and it's windy, I'm like, this is how I die. A gust of wind is just going to take off with me.
If the gust of wind was strong enough to not only move you, but to pick you up, lift you 20 feet, and throw you, the whole tower would have just fallen over.
You're going. You're going.
Everybody's going.
Yeah, we're all gone. No.
Yeah, everybody's gone.
Let's talk about trauma responses.
But here's the kicker. It's normal.
It is normal.
Yeah.
It's a normal. It's a thing that our brains just do to us. It's not great,
But not everybody has them though.
but it's normal to have them. It's normal not to have them.
But
it's fine.
But it's okay. My therapist says it's okay.
As long as you don't act on them, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
As long as you don't go, I wonder what would happen if I jumped off this cliff, and then you jump off the cliff. Don't do that.
No.
That's bad.
My cat just said it all the way back to the start.
Rude.
Good night, Kelly. We are gonna go so I can let this thing buffer and then cut out my
The friends.
my friend the friends so I don't get copyrights.
They are very Hollywood over dramatic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not logical. I will never walk on classic because my fear said I'm gonna shatter on my weight. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I don't know. I've got great impulse control. For a while there, I had to say them out loud. I would do the same thing Jess does. Like I would just look at my friends and they'd be like, why are you staring at me like that? I'm like, I want to hip check you into that snowdrift so badly. And they were like, please don't. And I was like, no, I said it out loud, so I don't have to do it anymore. But like, just so you know, I could have, I wanted to, I didn't. You're welcome. And they're like, no, you're welcome.
I went through a period of life where I did not have any impulse control when it came to biting. I would just bite people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I'm just like I feel like I need to bite you right now.
Mm-hmm.
No impulse control.
No. Yeah. Yeah. I would have to imagine. I don't know. All right, friends. I think that it's going to do it for our Begin As You Mean to Go On New Year's Eve sprints. If you are in the Central Time Zone, Happy New Year. Past Amber, Happy New Year.
Hey, to all my family, Happy New Year.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 22.
Yeah.
Also true.
Not interested if you just do it. Yeah. It's just a thought you acted on. But yes, Happy New Year. We will be back next Sunday. All of the sprints for January are already scheduled, so you can set your notifications. And Jasmine. And meet us back here. We'll be here. Thank you for joining us for your New Year. Thank you for spending your New Year with us. Hopefully we all have a fantastic 2024. It can only get better. Thanks for having us again. Happy New Year. Yay. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I'm glad you love it here. I'm glad you feel safe here. I'm glad this is how you chose to spend your New Year. We appreciate you. That's it. Anybody else?
Ooh, do a thumbs up. Double thumbs up.
Bye.